Hey everybody. It is October the 1st and it's 12:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here where I am. So that's New York City time. I'm not in New York City though. Okay, and I hope you all find me soon. I gave you no warning at all that I was coming on. Hey! Wow. Elmine Vandermeer. What a cool name. Hey. Hi, Lorraine. Greetings, y'all. Yeah, I want to say hi to everybody. Allison, hey there. I'm trying not to do too much of it because some people get tired of me saying hi to everybody. But you know what? I just want to say hi. So I'm going to say hi. Hey. Who else is on here? Diane, greeting. Hey, Mary. Hey. Tove, greetings. Oh, thank you, Allison. Do you like my fall color pattern here? I'm back to matching my lion. Hey, Renee from Missouri. Adriano, greetings. Mildred, hello, back at ya. Hey, Lori, you got a notification. Woohoo! That's amazing. Hello from Michigan, Diane says. Rebecca, hey girl. Hope you're having a better day. Hey, Dawn. Hey. Angelica from Sweden. Greetings. A lot of my people are from Sweden. Way back. So we're related, probably. I have a clear genealogy all the way back to Woden or Odin. Yeah, is that something? It was done by a professional, by a friend who had a friend who was a professional. So, yeah, because I've got loads of nobility and royalty, it's a clear line all the way back to Woden, of all things. As well as Frost, the Frost Giants. I know, I have weird blood. Hey. Hey, everybody. Sarah. Hey, Rebecca. And May Britt. Greetings. Well, thank you, Allison. I think I will. She said, it's your live. Do what you feel. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think I'll do just that. Hey, Cynthia. Skunk Squatch. Hey there. Jessica. Autumn Destiny from Chicago, greetings there. Lorena. Diane from Sweden, are you another Sweden person? Oh my goodness, and Lottie from Denmark. Woohoo! Our internet, yeah, because Angelica's who mentioned from Sweden earlier, we've got our international global tribe is here on the live chat. I love it. Annie, greetings. Elmer, greetings y'all. Catherine, Kimberly from Minnesota. I went on a boundary canoe wilderness trip when I was 13. Loved it, between Minnesota and up into Canada. And we were out and gone for quite some time, drinking out of the river or the waters, the lakes, and living off of, right out of our canoes. It was great. 1974, long time ago. I'm 64. Hey, Patricia. Yvonne from Germany. Hey, Yvonne. Susan from Scotland. Oh, yes. Last name's Anderson. St. Andrew's son. Mother's maiden name Douglas. Lots of Scottish names. But of course that goes back to the Norse lands. I'm related to all of you, really. Sarah May Britt is from Norway. Oh my goodness, look at all you all Norse folk, my people. I love it. And Barbara from Texas. Leslie from Texas. And oh, I can't read your name because it looks like it's in a Asian language. Hi there. I would love to greet you, but I can't read that. Flavia, greetings, greetings. Barb, Tim, Shay from Missouri, the Show Me State. Henne, greetings from the Netherlands. Yep, more of my folk. Christy May, she says hello, fellow Lyrians. Patricia and Toril, hey Toril from Norway. Wow, Norway is on here big time today. And here we have Ghislaine from Quebec, Canada. And Bray from Boise, Idaho. Greetings, greetings. Okay, I gotta stop myself. Oh, and here's someone from Athens, Greece. Greetings, greetings. Ah, I love it. I'm gonna have to stop myself. Oh, Serbia. Svetko. I'm probably saying it all wrong. From Serbia, greetings. Ty from New Zealand. Look at our global tribe. And Apriana from South Africa. Woohoo! This is so cool, so cool. Oregon, Minnesota. Hey, Janie. Oh my goodness, this is great. Another Quebec, Elena. Okay, gotta stop myself. I love seeing everybody. Wow. So what do you think? I got tired of being silvery. I left some of my silver though. See, I color my own hair when I get around to doing it. It's rare, but sometimes I do it. I left my little white streaks here and left this, and everything else is pretty much back to the old color. There it is. You can see all my freckles. Yeah, freckles. Hey! Let's talk about the energies real quick. Let's talk about how it's affecting us real quickly, okay? Before I came up here to do our live chat, my stomach was beginning to hurt. I don't mean just a little bit, not just a little something. It was starting to hurt, like back when I was much younger and had an ulcer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is bad. What am I gonna do? Came up here and I put on the grounding brace wristband, and you can get these off of the store, my online store, and I'll try to drop that in. I can't do it now. If anybody can grab the link and put it onto the live in the comments, that'd be great. I can't respond while I'm doing a live, or I would put it in there for you. It's called Marguerite's Flow Shop. And I've gone far and wide all over the world to find the best products at the best prices. And there's one that I carry. I don't have one of them here, but it's got a swirl design on it, and I sell it for $65, and you can see it all over Facebook for $89, $120, $180, but I sell it for $65. These that I wear are the medium size scalar pendants. This is the Flower of Life, and it's $55. This is the medium size. We do have, you know, some smaller, lighter necklaces, the one with the black stone or the crystal chip in the front. We also have bigger ones, which European folk tend to like the bigger, classier looking pieces. And then here, let me just show you while we're at it. Someone said to me, you need to talk about what you have available for people to help, and you need to talk to them about it more. Because I'm kind of worried you all will think I'm trying to just sell stuff to you, you know, but it's to help you. This is the Tree of Life. This one has a special knots and bead on it. This is called Pure, and you can see the size of it next to my hand. This is Shungite. This is Shungite also. And there's another Tree of Life, and hang on, let me pull this out of here. And what I was telling you, I put this earthing, grounding bracelet on, which I do have available on my online page, for $9.50. If you don't mind, unless you absolutely can't do any better, or more, I should say, buy something else with it. Don't just get one $9.50 grounding band, because it takes me as long to fill all the orders and do all the paperwork and the shipping and everything. And you're going to pay however many dollars to ship the one bracelet. The same price, you get a couple more items to go with it. This is the Flower of Life Shungite. It's a different one. It's a little thinner and lighter. This is the other ancient Tree of Life Shungite. You can see it's engraved into it. I've got these everywhere now. That's quite a few. And also, look what I've got in my pocket. I put this in my pocket when my stomach started to hurt. When you order these from me, you'll get a lot of these things in these little gold bags. They cost extra, but I think they're really nice. This is a bag of Shungite. They're like marble size. Well, if I pull it out here, hopefully I won't dump it every place. They're full of these little beautiful Shungite pieces. Whoops, I did dump it out. And you hold them in your hand. This isn't all of them, but you can hold them in your hand. You can put them in your pocket. I have a bag of them here on the desk, but I carry it in my pocket to help me deal with these energies, because I was feeling it today. When it starts hurting my stomach, I know it's high energy, and sometimes it comes from a radiation storm, but I'm not seeing the evidence of a radiation storm. But then again, a lot of the tools are not working right now because of eclipse season, they say, as well as other things. Who knows what's really going on? But maybe it's happening and I'm not able to see it. See, here are these different Shungite pendants, and they have some really, really excellent prices. I forget what they cost. Some are below $20. Some are just over, I think. I don't remember. I just set it up and left it alone. I would encourage you to go on and get stuff now, because I'm going to have to buy new inventory, and it's going to cost me quite a bit more because of changes in our world, and everything just keeps going up and up. This is a big chunk of elite Shungite that I got just for myself, and it cost a pretty penny. But isn't it cool? I can't afford to stock this. And the shipping costs so much because it has to be shipped from Russia. Karelian Russia, or Shunga. And therefore you got Shungite. But a lot of things are going to be going up when I have to reorder. So just be aware of that and grab it while you can. These I'm going to have to reorder in a little while. These are amazing. They hook into your outlet in your house, to your grounding, the hole that is the grounding hole, and it brings you to zero earth energy, and it will drain all the excess energy out of you. Like, I feel a lot better in my stomach since I'm wearing this. This little tip: put a little moisture under the metal panel here to help you be more conductive. Okay, y'all, lots is going on. I want to encourage you to take advantage of the store. You'll be blessing me, and you'll be blessing yourself. And I always wear this stuff. I'm wearing a bracelet. I don't just wear it when we have these live chats. No, all the time. I've been wearing energy devices and technology since the late 1990s. Also, you can energize your water, whatever. This is lemon water I'm drinking. You can put one of these next to it, close, and it will energize it. It will raise the energy level. You can put shungite in it, and it will raise it and purify it. This is amazing stuff, y'all. And in the days we live in, we need to help ourselves all that we can. All right. So what is going on? Let's go through it. And there are a lot of new folks on our page. And so I'm going to try to teach you all a little more about how to read the charts. Now, first of all, let me say, y'all need to not be so hard on yourselves. Some of you just poof, show up on my page and you think you're supposed to be able to read all these charts. I'm sorry, it took me years and years to get where I could tell what I'm looking at, you know? And some of it is sort of intuitive, but most of it is not. And I will teach you what I can. I distill things down. This is my nature. I do it in everything I do when I teach or share with people. I take information and I distill it down into a very pure, simple form that is everyday talk to hopefully make sense to everyone. Now, if you come onto our shop, or pardon me, onto our website, okay, I'll get it right, y'all. If you come on to the Facebook page or the YouTube channel and you're wanting to read all the charts yourself, you want to know exactly what this means, when I just stated what it meant. You know, I listed this morning, let's look at it real quick. The distillation process, I tend to turn it into right brain language too. Meaning the way that a child thinks or talks. If you're in the right side of your brain, you can grasp concepts very easily. You can grasp spiritual things very easily. You'll think in terms of light, dark, color, shapes, fun. That's the way children think. That's the right side of the brain. I am a professional artist. That's one of my paintings put onto a tapestry behind me. The original is an oil painting that was commissioned by someone, and they have it still, of course. I know how to think on the right side of my brain, but they tell me I'm half left side and half right. But when you want to grasp things like these energies that are coming in to rewire and update and enhance the software and hardware of our brains and nervous systems, you can't do that with the left side of your brain. You cannot logically work that out. Some things are caught, not taught. Some things are experienced, not thought through. Now, linear thinking, like from A to C, D, E, all the way to Z, you have to follow it through. That won't work for a lot of these things. You have to let yourself flow with the creative right side of your brain to understand and to catch what's happening. And you'll catch it a lot easier and a lot better and without as much pain and suffering. The right side of the brain is where miracles are capable of happening. It's where you go into the quantum field of possibilities. Will be the right side of your brain is able to go there to spiritual places. So I say things like whammo, and hold on, let me pull this down so we can look, you know how high tech I am. That's a joke. I hope you know you new folk. I hope you understand I'm playing. Let's look at one of the posts from this morning. Turn it this way, maybe. Well, we still got that reflecting. It doesn't want to go away. Okay, here we are. This is what I wrote to go with it. I'm a lousy typist, and I do everything on my iPhone and my iPad, by the way. So it's one finger. So I do a lot of text or speech to text, and sometimes I have to fix it a lot because it doesn't understand what I'm saying at all. So here's some right brain stuff. Whammo! And then I show pictures. Super fast solar wind earlier. It was over 800 kilometers per second. That's fast. How fast is it? Normal is in the 200 and 300s. Okay? That's very fast. And so I say super fast. So if you want to know, it's super fast. And I don't exaggerate. I'm not given to fantastic exaggerations and drama and clickbait. I try to have a lot of integrity on this, but I also try to make it a little bit fun. Because if you're having fun, you're in the right side of the brain and you're going to grasp it better. And now we have a G2 geomagnetic storm happening again. See, this has been going on. This is much higher than they thought it would reach. And it's happening again today, which is really astounding. Those of you who are in the dark right now, on the dark side of Earth, may be able to see Aurora Borealis. All of us are feeling this if you're sensitive, though. If you're not a real sensitive, oversensitive type, perhaps, and you're more rock solid like a tank, which has a lot of blessings to it. I envy you in many ways. Then you're not feeling much of anything with this. And that's actually really nice. But those of us who are empathic and have certain spiritual propensities and so forth, or nervous systems are unique, you may be feeling this a lot. The Disturbance Storm Time Index reports storming conditions right now. I will show you the charts for this. But storming means it's above average, it's not the norm. And so all this is right here in the post to explain this to you. And then I say, take care of your wee little selves. And I show you the dove, which also is implying the Holy Spirit and angelic intervention. I sort of have a language that most of you, I think, have picked up. Much love to you all as we hold the high frequency of divine unconditional love. Beloved Schumanites, we are changing our world. And look at all the people from the world that are on here. Our tribe is global. It's not a small thing. We have just under 10 million people show up every 28 days onto my page, which just boggles my mind. And then Facebook will tell me that 2 million of you have disappeared in 5 days. So check your settings. Make sure you're still following me. Make sure you are following so you'll get the notifications, and like the page. And make sure your settings are where you want them to be, because they've been changing on their own recently. And then I always say many times to you, I'm going to turn around and look at you for this. This is kind of a phrase I've keyed. And remember, we're not going through all of this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. Kingdom of Heaven. The new era. New Earth. Many different names for what we're talking about moving into. That's why we're experiencing so much change, so much radical shifting right now. It's because we're at the end of an era and things are very dynamic, very much moving. I mean, we're experiencing timeline shifts, and we see the evidence of that on the Schumann charts when we see a black vertical line we call a spike. Everything that's vertical we can call a spike. That's not on the original charts. It's a new thing in the last like 8 years. It's very rare, used to be. Now we see quite a bit. And Remember this, we're not alone. We have one another on this page. We have a lot of compassionate friends on this page. All of us do. And I love it when I see you all coming to each other's rescue to say, hey, it'll get better. Hang in there. I'm feeling a similar thing. This too will pass. You know, or go outside and ground yourself. You'll hear me say that a lot, and it's on the list that I place. And those lists aren't just there for nothing. I hope you all actually do the things that are on the list. Like, I will often post them in the comments. Let's see if I did it here, if I can find it. Used to be, my stuff would be at the top of the comments, but now it's not anymore. Facebook tends to put a lot of my comments way down in the middle of it, and you're going to have to hunt for it now, and I'm sorry. Used to be, it would all be at the top, and you could access what I sent on there for you easily, but that's not the case any longer. Okay, here we go. Wow, way down the list. Okay, I just want to open it up and look at it. There we go. Here's one of them. I say, take care of your wee little selves. See right there? And then I say, pray/meditate. That will help you process these energies and implement it and flow better with it. There's a reason for all these things. Drink lots of pure water. You need to be hydrated with energies as high as they are right now, and they're consistently high. Take wonderful warm Epsom salt baths, and I'm hoping to do that today to find the time. I've been so busy lately. It's been like I'm a one-armed paper hanger, as the old saying. Just can't seem to find time to do everything and still do live chats. But doggone it, I'm doing it today. I just had to come say hi. Okay. Take long, deep breaths. Let's do that right now. You ready? You want to take it in through your nose and breathe it out through your mouth. And you don't have to go that deep. Just do it at your comfort. Let's do it together a few times. Here we go. Let it out. And you'll feel yourself sort of calming down. This tells your nervous system that all is well. Because you can't take deep breaths like this when you're running from a tiger, when you're in your primal survival. But when you take a deep breath, it tells your nervous system everything's okay, and your heart rate will calm down and stuff. So let's do it again. In. And feel it sort of bring you into a centered feeling. Let's do it one more time. That feels good, doesn't it? I think it does. And we'll do the heart-brain coherence meditation together before we get off of here today. So hang around if you can till the end, and if you can't, come back and do the replay and come to the end where we do the heart-brain coherence meditation, which basically sets you up for your superpowers, and it's not joking, it's for real. All right. Spend time with animals. Sorry, I just messed that up, didn't I? The focus. Spend time with the people and animals that you love and enjoy. Rest and sleep as much as you need and as much as you can. I've been noticing a lot of people are having trouble sleeping. I will tell you this. I sleep easily, and I'm very thankful for that. I fall asleep so fast. I turn on an audio book for about 45 minutes when I'm going to sleep, give myself a track where I won't hear the raccoons and the cats and everything, all the rowdiness out here where I live. And I usually hear a few words and I'm asleep. But for the last week or so, I've been waking up anywhere between 2 to 4 in the morning and staying awake for an hour or two. Then I go back to sleep and sleep a little longer. And last night I woke up a little before 3, and that is unusual. I don't normally do this, but I'm doing it now. And it may be more than a week it's been going on. I mentioned it before. I think it's these energies. There's something really going on. And when you're so busy, like many of us are, and you wake up in the middle of the night and it's quiet and you're alone, you can do things. You can process things. You can take the time to meditate and pray and ponder things in the quiet. And that's doing the inner work. And it needs to be done during these days so that you don't hit a crisis point and all of a sudden you're freaking out because you haven't been doing the inner work. Because we've all got to process things in our lives when it's time. And you'll know when it's time. It'll start coming up. I noticed people's dreams last night were intense. I had an intense dream. It wasn't disturbing or stressful, but I was walking, and I've done this a lot. I was walking in a big mansion of a house that was older, very classic, very beautiful, but older. And sometimes it has furniture and sometimes it doesn't. And in dreams, many times, a house is your life. It's your family. It is your life. A car also has to do with your ministry, your business, your calling, your impact in this world. Like if you have a bus in a dream, it means your outreach is bigger, that kind of thing. There's a language of dreams, and there's been a lot going on in all of our lives. And in mine, that I shared the other day, I don't want to bring it up again, but pray for everyone who is in the public eye, because people are really being targeted, including yours truly. And yet you all are also loving me tremendously. And I have divine angelic protection all around me. And I'm really grateful, and I know that I'm protected. Okay, let's get back on. And I know many of you are busy and you may not be able to stay with all this, but I will post it as soon as we're done, and you can come back and watch it. And I will put it on my YouTube channel also. I will plan on doing it anyway right away. Okay, rest and sleep as much as you need. Take time to recreate, like recreation, and do things you love. That's important. Take time to walk or ride a bike or take a drive in the country or watch your favorite movie or whatever that is recreation for you. And do these things you love, and let it be like a little mini vacation. Have plenty of electrolytes in your system. Uh-oh, what's that? That got messed up. Like, that's supposed to say like. Oh, I hope I remember to go fix this. Like organic vegetable and chicken broth is good. Things have changed over the years. I found that some of the stuff I was posting had gotten messed up. I'm going to have to fix more of it, it looks like. So, organic vegetable broth or chicken broth is good for electrolytes, as well as pink Himalayan salt and Celtic sea salt. Do the heart brain coherence meditation, which we're getting ready to do. That is an amazing thing. And think beautiful and happy thoughts. And then I say with much love. And here I give you a link to my video on the heart brain coherence meditation. And I talk about it at the beginning, but at the end we do it, and it's only 3 minutes long. And this is available on my YouTube channel because Facebook took everything down that's over 30 days old. So all my how-tos and all the newbie videos I had disappeared. And I tried to save as much as I could and put it on YouTube, but it took a lot of time and I was not able to do a whole lot. So this is the link to do the heart brain coherence meditation anytime. Anytime you're feeling frazzled or anxious or your heart goes out of rhythm or you're breaking a sweat, you feel frazzled, you got a headache, or whatever is going on, you can do the heart-brain coherence meditation, and it hooks you into the quantum field of possibilities. Your heart, which understands, that's the right brain, etc., understands the quantum field. It knows how to get things for you right now. And it will let Grand Central, your brain, know what to do to fix what's happening with you. And at the end of the heart-brain coherence meditation, many times people don't have their regular heartbeat, or the anxiety is gone and replaced with love and peace, or their heart is back in rhythm, etc., etc. In 3 minutes. It is absolutely astounding. Think beautiful and happy thoughts. That's so important. Ground yourself in nature. Walk barefoot on the grass. If you have energy technology, that's what I talked to you about earlier. Use your shungite, your earthing grounding equipment. Orgonite, if you have orgonite. I do not carry that on my shop, but you can find orgonite all over the place. I think I have a piece of it on my desk here, maybe. No, don't see it right now. And then down here is a link to the energy shop if you want to go check that out. So that's every time I post that, take care of your wee little self, those things are usually in there for you. I hope you will actually do them. If you got a headache, if you're having stress and anxiety, go and do these things. I've been asking Spirit, what will help most of you today? And I got grounding or earthing. That's why I'm wearing my grounding wristband, because I needed it. You can get overloaded with energies during storms like we're having right now. And when you earth, you ground yourself to earth, which is 0. It washes all that out of you, drains it out, and it brings you more to a steady norm. And your body can process that a lot better. Let's take a quick look here. Now we're going to start where I start showing you about these different charts and tools we have available. So this is at 1:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are beginning this. All right. I am no good at editing. I don't have the equipment or the know-how to do it. So I'm not sure what we'll do with this, but I may put it into the notes. That's it. I'll put 1:26. We begin charts and explanation. For those of you who are new and those of you who want to know more, we are now going to take a look at the Schumann Resonance app. And this is done by Alex. If you look it up in the App Store, let me turn it on its side here. If you look it up in the App Store, it is listed under Schumann Resonance Health. Alex is the one who is over this one. He's one of the very first people that did this kind of an app. And he's good. It's a good app. And it is a live feed, so it shows you exactly what's going on. It's also called the Quick Schumann Check. And it only costs, $1.99, $2.99 one time. It's amazing. I use this often. I rarely go to the Russian site anymore because they've made it quite difficult to go to that site and to deal with that. But you can find it on this app. You can find it in multiple places. And down here, look here, touch this. Whoops, that's, okay. Here we go. It's this little link thing. It shows you different places, and it even lists me on here. It shows you how to find these things on the web. If you go to the Russian Schumann site, it is sos70.ru. Kumiana is vlf.it. You can see most of this when I post, but sometimes I crop it for artistic reasons. But if you get this app, you're going to have all these things available to you. And down in here, he shows you all kinds of things. And right here is my app, Updates with Marguerite. And he and I talk quite a bit. I'm trying out a new thing he has right now that he's put on, and he's done some great things with his app at my request. He's a really good guy. Here is what we call the spectrograph. This is the main Schumann resonance chart, period. Okay, period. This is the one we used when we had no other live feed for the Schumann resonance available to us. And someone got all peeved out and annoyed that I called it the Russian chart. What did we want to do with the Russians? It's not like that. This is a wonderful live chart that is made available by Tomsk University, which is in Tomsk, Russia. It is a live feed, and this is sort of the standard or the Cadillac of Schumann resonance charts. And we've been watching this for many years. I found some, what I call the alternative charts, which is at vlf.it. They're also live. There's some that are there by heartmath.org, I think it is, but they're not live. And you can find a lot of charts a lot of places, but I want mine live. I want to know what's happening right now. And this one is live. Unless it's frozen, then it's not. So it's fine today. And here we go. Here are the colors they put over here to help us out. Used to be this chart was blue background with green horizontal lines, and that was it. And then the energies kept getting crazier and crazier and spiking, and we have vertical spikes now. The green horizontal line is all there used to be. It was this one pretty much, which is the heartbeat of Mother Earth, they call it. It is the base Schumann resonance. It's at about 7.83 hertz. Over here you can see the hertz levels. And they go from less at the top to larger or more powerful at the bottom. Each of these relate to human brain waves, and I have charts for this, and I show them now and then to you. You can find it in the Schumann kit, which is at the top of my page under the featured post. You can find all kinds of things up there, but people rarely go up there and look. I don't get it. And some people, I think, depending on what device they're using, have trouble seeing it. This is the time. Under here, that's time. And that is UTC +7, Universal Time +7, which is what Universal Time is in Tomsk, Russia. Up here, you have the date. And Europe and different places put differently than we do here in the United States. They put the day first, the month number next, and the year last. Okay? Now, look here. This is white. We call this a whiteout spike. It doesn't go all the way down. It turns green and blue to the bottom. So you can see the force that's included over here. Whiteout means it's beyond the ability of this chart to show you how much power is coming through. White out means it literally is overwhelmed and gone past what is available and has gone white. One of the times this happens is with lightning strikes. That can cause this, but the Schumann resonance also causes it by incredible energies that come in from all many different directions. So you notice how far the vertical span is. You come over here and you notice what hertz cycle it's covering. This one goes all the way to the bottom, so we're looking at up to 40 hertz. When you get to 40 hertz, we're talking about gamma waves, which is not a negative thing, but it's a super fast wave, and they didn't used to think that the human brain could even do it, but we do. Yeah, when you're in a creative, amazing position, when athletes go into the zone, as it's called, when artists and musicians and writers, etc., go into what's called the zone. You're in gamma most of the time. The wave, instead of being like maybe this for your brain wave, is like this. Very fast. One of the things you may feel during gamma is anxiety, because it's different than what your brain is used to. Anything that's different, many people feel anxious about. Once you get used to it, you're like, you're not gonna let it get to you. You start recognizing these things. In gamma, your brain is using both sides of your brain pretty equally, which is unusual for most people. And we have some of this spike going into gamma. So it's spanning from 0 all the way down to 40 hertz. That's incredible. And when you see that as a solid white spike, it's going to show up in amplitude as very strong. And you're going to feel it probably. And realize this, these are not things to become fearful about. They're not things to say, oh my gosh, ah. On the contrary, this is fuel for us. This is being sent to us by divine source. This is part of us becoming more tolerant, more capable of handling the kind of energies that are going to be part of New Earth or 5D or the kingdom of heaven. Some of us go into these areas. If you know how to walk in miracles or how to heal the sick supernaturally, you know how to enter this range, whether you know what it's called or not. Let me teach you something just right now for the fun of it. Right here, some people call that the third eye. It's a chakra area. I want you to, this is fun. I want you to notice how you feel right now, okay? Notice how your head feels. Now, close your eyes, and I'll tell you when, and look, so to speak, from the inside of your head up with your eyes to this space right here. It's a difficult feeling to do. Gives you a weird sensation, and it immediately puts you into what's called theta wave. That is where healing happens in our own bodies, and what healer type people step into to bring divine healing and instant, immediate healing to others. Ready? Close your eyes. We won't do this for long. Close your eyes and then look right here with your eyes closed. Look up into your forehead. Try to hold it as long as you can. If you can't take it, rest and then look back up into there as hard and as intensely. You feel that feeling? It's an odd sensation in the head, almost like a that's what it feels like to me. Kind of a ooh feeling. That is instant theta waves. Is that cool? I learned about that several years ago. I don't know where I learned it. I was reading after some scientist or something. These things are things we experience through the Schumann resonance and with the intense waves coming through the earth. Now, everybody stop. You may want to shake off whatever you're getting over, maybe feeling overwhelmed. Take a deep breath, stand up, because I'm teaching some of you things you've never heard before. And if it's brand new to you, you can only naturally grasp so much, and you can get overwhelmed. So try to shake yourself loose and see if you can absorb some more, because I'm going to take this a little deep today. Okay, at least for some of you it might be kind of deep. Some of you are going to be like, yeah, whatever, no big deal. We've heard all this before, blah, blah, blah. She acts like this all the time, and other people that maybe are teaching you this stuff too, but probably not the way I am. Mine comes mostly from personal experience. So here we go. There's that spike. What time was it? If you can see that, that's a 12. I cheat. This is the way I cheat. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. 12 is going to be midnight for me. Okay, so this is 1 hour at a time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be 7 in the morning. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, a lot of times this chart will lag by Eastern Standard Time an hour or so because they pay no mind to our foolish daylight saving time in Tomsk, Russia. So this is right now, right over here. The newer measurements are always going to be to the far right of all charts, all charts. And that's how you can read the time. Or you can take UTC. I have trouble thinking in universal time. And add 7 hours to it to read the Schumann resonance chart in the Russian one. Now, this is a lot. Those of you who are determined to learn, bless your hearts. That's all I can say. It was a wilderness for me for many, many years. And I still don't know what I'm doing a lot of times. I'm like, what is that? And a lot of this has to be just kind of intuited and known. And you learn how to read your own instrument to know what's happening. All right, on this particular app, the way it looks on my iPad, which is what we're looking at here, this is Tomsk University in Russia. See, it says Tomsk, Russia. There it is October the 2nd. Here, it's October the 1st. You come over here and it says Cumiana. You touch that. And now you're looking at Cumiana, Italy's chart. And this has become the most popular out of what I call the alternative charts. I used to look at these when no one else did. I found them. And then Alex put it on his app, which was great. And now everyone can see Cumiana, but you can't see all the other charts unless you go to the address that I've already shown to you. Okay, so this one is less demonstrative. There's not as much drama shown on this one, but there's a lot of vertical, and there's also this strange column-y thing that's happening. That may be man-made, it may not be. And I do get tickled when some on our page blame everything on CERN or on HAARP. Not everything is caused by CERN and HAARP, not everything. We're dealing with massive energies that go far beyond what they're capable of. And it's coming from divine source. And some of it is coming from crazy people or beings that are maybe messing with us. But, you know, our attitude makes all the difference. Be it unto you even as your faith. All things are possible to them who believe. We can transmute and change things that work much better for us if we take the right attitude and have a can-do attitude and spirit. And if we understand the quantum field of possibilities, and quantum is right now, bam, it's now. You don't have to work to get from A to Z in quantum. It's all now. Spirit is now. There's no time, distance, or space in spirit. Okay. Now, this is the regular chart that we watch. It's Cumiana. Look here at the bottom. It's really small. You see the red that's kicking, whoops, up at the bottom. And sorry for the wobbliness, but the more I magnify it, the more wobbles show up. Okay, I'm going to try and put it down. Let's see if I can do this a little better. No, that didn't work. It turned around instead. Hang on. You see the red down here at the bottom. That is intense energy. On Cumiana, red is the most intense that you can have, pretty much. So look over here to the right, and you can see what kind of hertz you're dealing with. You can see it says hertz here. This goes from 0 to 105 up at the top. So the spikes, little red spiky stuff we were seeing was very low frequency, meaning it's going to be dealing with certain parts of your brain that you'll probably be dealing with processing memories from the past. People will be coming to your mind you haven't thought of in a while. And you will be processing and dealing with stuck stuff like that during these kinds of energies. And it really is quite amazing. Here we can see all kinds of activity going on. But let's go a little further, shall we? I usually just use the app to look real quick at what's happening in Cumiana to see if there's any outstanding spiking. Pardon me. Hi. Okay. Now, I'm going to come over here and let's look at VLF.IT. And this is the main charts. Oh, it hasn't shifted over. This is what it looked like a while back. Remember that? That was intense, crazy stuff. And that was the 26th. But we refresh. And poof, look how much calmer it is today. Okay, up here you can see if there's lightning and thunderstorms going on in Italy. There's nothing happening up around Cumiana. It's up here, way up at the top. Can you see what I just did? There. Way up there. There's nothing, no storming there. But down towards the heel of the boot of Italy, there's activity, and off in the ocean to the side. So things are quite calm as far as the weather right now. Nothing we're seeing is being triggered by lightning or storming. Let's go on down, see what we can see. This is high activity. Why this is not showing on the other charts, I always wonder about that. This is Cumiana also. This is the geophone hourly strips, and this is the graph that does show up on the app. And this is Etna Radio Observatory, the magnetic field, and you can see it's full of activity. Lots and lots of it, very active. And this is also Etna giving you an overview. And the same here. And moving on down, this is Etna still. Look at the spiking, some of these all the way up, all to the way to the top. We have some purple. Take note of, a lot of people love to see the purple on different charts, especially the Russian one. Purple is some, let you know that there may be angelic activity. We have purple here too. See this? And the dark blue might be in sort of the area of a purple also. This is Etna Radio Observatory magnetic field. This is where we see the trees. When the trees are active, it's on this part of the chart, but look at this. I showed you this. I don't know what this is. This is crazy stuff. Something blasted here. And you can see it is on October the 1st. We don't have the time listed on the chart because it blew it out. Whatever happened just kind of made the time disappear inside this huge anomaly strip that's occurring. This was September 30th here, but we don't have the day listed below, but we do see it up above. This was huge, whatever it was. And this was a little tree activity that I did show you some of yesterday. This right here is showing on a graph, and each of these, this is the first Schumann resonance, second Schumann resonance. This is 1 to 49 hertz. Each of these colors stands for a different resonance or hertz cycle. Now, this is showing you how crazy active it was in the mine in Magnetosphere, which is actually inside a mine off of Italy on an island in the ocean. There has been a lot of activity, but today it's not that intense. Okay, now let's talk a moment about a lot of things. I have a lot to say because I haven't been on here in a while, and because we have so many new people. And you may want to come back and watch this in pieces. And I will make the replay available, and I will try to break it up, maybe if I can, in the notes. It is now 1:48, and we just looked at the, that's the end of doing the alt charts. All right, let's talk about this. One day I posted that the charts were calm and everybody could take a rest and catch their breath, and I got attacked. I think some of it was just trolls. Pardon me, I'm going to take a drink of my lemon water here. Excuse me a minute. Everyone, take a drink. We need to stay hydrated. That's on our list. Ready? Public speaking, which this would fit into. I've seen the stats, it's crazy. It's equal to so much time of manual hard labor, like ditch digging. It does take a lot out, and it will dehydrate you, because very few people talk for an hour or more steady. But I do on these, and I'm going to talk a lot today because we're catching up, because I have been so tired and so busy. It isn't just the energies, it's been the energies plus I've been doing a billion things at once that all demand to be done now. And I just haven't had the time. So today I'm just taking the time. Got a little bit of a break, and don't have any outright appointments today that I have to physically attend to. So I'm going to talk to you. I just got kind of leapt upon by people when I posted that the energies were calm on the charts. And people got on and said, no, they're not. That's not correct. I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that, and it sure doesn't feel calm. And I was like, after I straightened my hair from being blown back by all the stuff I got hit with, I tried to speak to the people again, because I've said this before, but let me say it now. When we get hit by a whole ton of like spiking on the Schumann resonance, or a lot of solar flares coming in, or, oh my goodness, any kind of intense space weather, all of these things, we have just had a huge, massive download. Now, very few people are able to implement these things immediately. I don't know really if anybody can do it when it's that much. So what happens? When you take the time to stop and sleep, your body, your spirit, your soul, your energy layers begin processing all that energy and implementing and putting in new software and hardware and upgrading your DNA and creating more neurosynaptic connections and dendrites. Now that does tend to happen, I think, immediate. A lot of the neurosynaptic connections and dendrites that happen inside the brain. Here, I'm going to put this up here so I don't have to for a little while. There we go. Let me plug it in, because it will get depleted if I don't. Come here, where are you? All right, charging cable. High tech, I tell you. It's all smooth here. Ha 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 ha. It is what it is. I do the best I can with what I have, and you all are very patient. So, yes, it can be exhausting when energies are coming in. Why is that? It's hard for your brain to do all this work. Brain nervous system work is a special kind of tired. And the reason I know that is because I used to do something called holosync, which was a type of brain entrainment. And it would warn you, don't do more than 15 minutes. After you've done that this long, then go to 30 minutes. Do that for like a month, then go to an hour. And if you got too eager and you did it too quick, you could just be comatose nearly. It's impossible to describe the type of exhaustion and the malfunction feeling and the headache and the dizziness and the crazy stuff that you might deal with if you pushed it too hard. Because this particular brain entrainment, and this was back several years, it wasn't well known back then, they would put a frequency in one ear through headset and a different one in the other ear. Well, that doesn't happen in nature very often, but we're experiencing it. When you hear ringing in your left ear, not in the right, when you hear a frequency here and not here, that is happening. This is a download of some sort. I always ask Creator God to guard me, Holy Spirit to guard me. I don't want to be getting downloads from unacceptable sources that are not good. But anyway, when you do this and a sound comes in here that's not coming in here, or a new frequency, something you've never dealt with, your brain has to create new bridges. It's having to create new neurosynaptic connections. It's building a network in your brain, into parts of your brain that didn't have that before. And yes, we only use, a very tiny percentage of our brain. And so when this happens, it's opening up new areas, and it can be exhausting. That's why you may involuntarily take a nap during a big download or a big burst of energy on the Schumann, or coming in from outer space, from sun or central sun, through solar flares, through solar storms, etc. These energies do impact us in a very significant way. And I told you all before, and I'm going to tell it for some of you new folks. Years ago, when I first heard of the Schumann resonance, I think I learned about it on Facebook. I heard someone put it in my feed, and I saw it, and I started following the Russian Schumann charts. I had no idea what I was looking at. No one really could tell you either at that point, because it had never been that popular. Dr. Schumann lived in like the late 40s and into the 50s, and he's the one who discovered the Schumann resonance. That's why they call it that. But it has not been that really popular, except for with scientists of certain types, until recently, really. And we were not able to access live charts until the last, however many years, and because of the internet. So I had been watching this and taking note of these things. And one day I was out in my car, and I went into an area, a little tiny town section. It normally doesn't even have that much traffic. Well, it was fairly busy, and I felt this sort of frenetic energy, this kind of crazy feeling, rowdy energy hit me, and I thought, what is that? And suddenly, I watched someone in front of me go crazy and try and run the car in front of me off the road. And I was stunned. The guy was honking his horn and shaking his fist, and the one in the car that got pushed off the road was doing the same. And I thought, dear heavens, what has happened? And then I watched people tailgating each other and blowing their horns. I saw all kinds of altercations going on. It was unnatural. And I pulled off the side of the road to get out of it. And I just sat and watched it, and I thought, dear Lord, what is this? And I thought, okay, I'm going to check that Schumann resonance thing. And I went online and looked at the live chart, and it was spiking white top to bottom on the Russian Schumann, which is white out blasting energy. It's blowing the walls out, blowing the ceiling and the floor out. It is intense, and it's spiking when it's a vertical line. Realize that is not the normal way the chart looked. It was a horizontal line. And we also have other Schumann resonance lines now horizontal. Used to be it was just the one. Used to be the others would show up faintly. Well, now you can see them almost all the time. First, second, third, fourth, fifth Schumann resonance. Yes, things have changed. Yes, absolutely. Many people ask me that, but how do you break all that down? And I saw that, and I saw people driving like lunatics. I know they were probably nice people. They weren't acting nice. It was awful. And I thought, this is crazy. And I saw the direct correlation between the Schumann resonance and the way people act. No doubt, hardly no one, maybe no one out of that whole group of people in that little town area knew about the Schumann resonance but me. And I was probably the only one that was putting two and two together with the behavior. And I started noticing more and more. Most people that we say are not sensitive, it means they don't pay any mind to what they're feeling. This is the kind of thing these people will say when the Schumann resonance is spiking hard or a lot of space weather coming in. They'll say, I'm just so darn irritated. I'm annoyed. Everybody's making me mad. Everything's mad. I just, I want to hit something. Why? Because the easiest pathway for your brain to take is anger. In response to pressure and stuff going on that takes you out of your comfort zone, anger is the easiest. You can see that in people who have consistent brain injury. If you frustrate them too much, they may go over into an angry spot. Or they feel freaked out, anxious, or nervous, or want to retreat from everything. And we all react in our own way. They may not know there's any connection, but they are experiencing discomfort from the high energies from the Schumann resonance or from incoming energies from other places. Those of us who are especially sensitive, especially empathic types, we get to pick up on what everybody else is feeling, not just us. And I found out about that, however many years ago, and started training myself to be able to tell the difference between what I am feeling and what belongs to other people around me. People in my neighborhood, and I live where everyone has acreage, I can feel something going on like almost a mile away and hear about it later. It's crazy. There was a terrible thing that happened to someone who lives close by, if you call it close by. I have 12 acres. There's no one close to me, but their property touches mine. And it was a horrible thing that happened, and one of the people was killed. And I felt so sad. I didn't know what was going on. I felt a strange sadness come over me. I actually cried a little. I let myself. I was like, what is this? And what I do when I feel those things, I just try to make myself available to help in any way that I can. If I can sort of, take those things in and let them pass out in a more peaceful, loving way and send love and focus in that direction. I found out the next day that this person had been shot and killed by the police. I did not know them, but I do know some of the other people in their family. It was horrible. Then I did feel sad again, but I understood why. I have trouble going to hospitals because walking down the hallway is like being hit by a billion people. Sickness their energy levels, the family's distress that are there, anxiety. It's like standing in the center of a room with one of those machines shooting ping pongs at you from every direction. That's what it's like being an empath, and some of you will relate to what I'm saying. And learning what is your feelings and what is somebody else's, and trying to sort of distill them into something peaceful and sending out love is one of the things we can do as empaths, if you are an empath. If you're not, good for you. You have a better chance of living a more normal life. But it also is a gift, and we're here for a reason. So, when I say the charts are mild or calm, don't think that means you're going to feel great. Some people will. It all depends on how much blockage, how much heavy, negative, blocked energy, low frequency energy that you're having to clear after a burst of energy came in. Because that energy will come in and bam, hit into things that are blocking your meridians, or blocking the energy pathways through your organs or your energy body or whatever. I was on a ship many years ago, in 2012, I guess, or 2011, and I was out there with a group of amazing people from the Global Information Network, it was called, and I was on the boat with a lot of intuitive, empathic, unique individuals. I had no idea what I was getting into. It was great. But the guy who was over it decided they were going to do some energy work. We had the entire ship to ourselves, this group. And they're doing energy work, and they didn't warn us. And all of a sudden, we're having horrible symptoms. Anxiety, depression, heaviness, can barely function. My heart was so out of rhythm. And I'm supposed to be on vacation on this cruise ship. I could hardly function. Well, a guy I knew who knew the main man over this, who was a well-known, very well-known person, found out that he and his team were doing energy work for everybody. And it was knocking these blockages loose. And many of us were so sick we couldn't even get out of our beds. It was bad. It was hard. No, I'm not going on another cruise with him if he's going to be clearing people's energy without our permission. And when you're on the water, it's amplified. Well, that's what goes on after intense energies. So the best thing you can do is take deep breaths, do the heart-brain coherence meditation, spend time in meditation, prayer, rest as much as you can, and don't get mad if you can keep from it. That's low energy. It will not help you. If you can get mad and release it, that's fine. But don't stay in that place. Don't stay in a place of, I can't take any more of this. And when I see that, I feel so sorry for the person. But also can't help but feel a little chuckle inside and forgive me for this. It's like, what are you going to do about it? You can say, I can't stand this. I can't take any more of this. Well, what are your options? We don't have options like that. If you are experiencing these things, if you have these giftings in you, if you're sensitive like this, guess what? You're meant to be experiencing this. What are your options? Your options are to ignore them, get mad, and it's like throwing a rock in the stream of energies, which will make you experience more turbulence and misery in most cases. And it'll make it slower, and you'll have to take the lesson all over again. I'm talking plain. I hope you love me still. What is the other option? The other option is take some deep breaths. Choose love. Choose to do your best to be in a place of love and peace with everyone around you, or get alone and take the time to let it flow through you. It's sort of like Reiki, right? I know very little about it. But on that cruise ship, a friend of mine that I had just met, it's like we've known each other for lifetimes. I still know her. I don't get to talk to her often. But she connected me with someone who was a Reiki healer plus some other stuff. And I could hardly function. I was sick to my stomach. I had this excruciating headache. I could hardly breathe. My heart was so out of rhythm. It was bad. They actually had a part of the ship set up with tables and gurneys and beds, and people who had brought their setups that were into, you know, energy healing and stuff were trying to help the people on the ship. And I was one of them. And this woman, it was the first time I'd ever been exposed to anything like this. And she went through and was trying to move these energies through me, had me taking deep breaths and letting things flow through me. I felt my heart was being squeezed. Excruciating pain. Oh, I felt all kinds of things, and she said, just breathe through it. She was trying to be calm, but I was a serious case, evidently. She said some really odd things to me. She said, do you have a mark or a scar over your heart? And I'm like, why? She said, I'm wondering if in a past life you may have been stabbed in the heart. I thought, what? I've never been exposed to thoughts like this. And she said, just breathe through it. You have locked energy that is trying to leave right now, and it's in your heart area. And of course, meridians run through us. That's what an MRI at the hospital works with. It's working with your power highways in your body. It was tough. I had a lot of blockages that decided to surface doing this super high-powered clearing that the leader of this bunch did. I wish he hadn't done it. It would have been a lot more fun as far as the cruise goes. But I never experienced that. But that is a light, we're experiencing light versions of that now with these incoming energies. It is hitting blocked, stopped up sections in us. You know, I'm going to do a really bad drawing here. I'm an artist, but I'm not going to try and do it well. I'm just going to do it enough that you can figure out what part of the body I'm pointing at. It's going to be really bad. Not quite a stick person, but close. Okay, there's the waist, there's hips. Here we got part of the leg showing. Okay. See, it's terrible. I told you it'd be terrible. You have meridians that run down your arms, that run down your trunk, that split off and go down your legs. Okay, there are multiple meridians. If that meridian branches into your heart, and you got blocked energy there, imagine it looking like dark, sticky goo that is stuck on your heart. Why is it there? Well, maybe you had a heart attack when you were young. Maybe someone stabbed you in the heart with words that devastated you, and it correlated with your physical heart center. And now you got this horrible stuff that may be words or something was done to you. I have a part of my back. This girl that was a friend of mine when I was young, I told her she shouldn't steal newspapers. It was those kind you lifted the lid, you paid, and you could take out as many as you wanted. You weren't supposed to. Well, she took out the whole wad. I said, that's not right. We're only paying for one. Only take one. That just made her mad as all get out. And I turned to walk back across the street, and she ran up from behind me, leapt into the air with both fists, and hit me between my shoulder blades. It floored me, put me on my knees. And my vertebrae is twisted there to this day. Well, it's clearing up. But don't you know there's probably blocked energy prone there. Any injury you had, any emotional thing, it can be in many of your different bodies, so to speak, energetic, emotional, mental, physical, energetic. And when these powers come in, these energies, and it shoots through you and it hits a blockage, it begins to knock it out of place. So all of a sudden this begins to move, and you feel the pressure of it because you weren't really aware of it there before. Now it's moving and you feel a pressure or a pain or whatever. What can you do about it? Breathe, for one thing. Stop and take a deep breath. Meditate. Pray. Trust. Ask God, the divine source, spirit. I'm trying to talk to you all in a non-whatever language to help you flow that off. Let it go out of you. Either release it to go up and out or down and out. And that may be not correct, but that's what I do. And you want it to flow out and you want to release it. But if you get mad and instead you say, I'm not going to take this, I hate this, I'm not going to take any more of this. Well, yeah, you probably are. Because until it's gone, it's unresolved. These energies are coming in to help us, to assist us to get ready for New Earth, for 5D, rapture. People talked so much about that a while ago. New Earth, new era, which will be much higher frequency in a place of unconditional love, free of all this 3D negativity and ick. And we're being changed. As all this is going, the energies are moving it through us so we can cooperate with it would be the best thing. Work with it. Don't fight it. Let it flow through you. Release things. And if the memories come in your dreams, or if they come in memories that hit you or flashes during the day, realize things are being processed and you're being upgraded. I hope that's helpful. Is this helpful, y'all? I know many of you have to go about your life, but I'm going to keep talking until we've covered a lot of what has been coming up lately, and you can come back and listen to the replay if you need to. So we just finished talking about processing energies and calm charts. And we're now through that at 2:15. I'm going to try and give a roadmap to this so that you all can come back and look at it later if you want to touch on something again. So, bottom line, staying in a place of love and non-judgment on yourself as well as others, and letting things flow is better than trying to dam it up, block it, get mad at it, throw a rock in the stream. It's more effective. Okay? Now, we looked at the alternative charts. Let's take a quick look at 2:15-ish, 16. We're going to look at the Magnetosphere. And I'll talk to you about that. Let me show you how you access this. I have dropped the link to this chart, which is NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, is the one that puts this out. So here it is. There you can see the address. Let me enlarge it, it'll be clearer. And here we have all this information, and this is the title, the Geospace Magnetosphere Movies. These are models. This is done by AI, observing the information coming in and translating it into these models, dealing with velocity, density, and pressure. Okay. It also prognosticates a little bit. It often will go a little bit past current time. So before I go any further, hold on just a minute. I only have 2 hands. Come on. Oh my. Hold on just a moment, y'all. It is now 18:18 UTC. All right. All right, now I gotta get this all back up here. Now I'm gonna have to stick a piece of tape up here. I'm telling you, I'm high tech. It's amazing what we get done with an iPad and an iPhone, I think, because that's all I got. Someday I may get more techie savvy and maybe actually be able to afford some other stuff like that. But for now, we use what we got, and we're doing okay, I think. Okay, sorry, we're not doing so great right now. Let me get some stuff out of the way. Try and keep this from sliding. My piece of tape is not holding its place like I want it to. Oh, my piece of tape may be worn out. I hope y'all are laughing. I hope you think this is funny. Okay, here we go. And that is a kneaded eraser. Being an artist, and I love, it has a piece of Chip's fur on it, no doubt. Anyway, quit fooling with that, Marguerite. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's look at velocity. Now let's come up to the top. Let's refresh it. Now you have to activate each of these. You have to touch the little arrow thing on each one to get them going. Now we can watch a couple of these at once. Look at all this. This is what is coming into our porch of the Earth. This is the magnetosphere. Bam, look at that. Wowee. Gee whiz, golly gee willikers, for real. That's Earth. Half white, half black. Okay? Day side, night side. This is the shields, or the bow shock, or bow shock. I think bow shock because it looks like a bow and arrow bend. The colors are right here. This is what the legend shows us. The most intense velocity is dark blue, then to green, yellow, orange, and red. Dark red is the background. Look at that. Now the slider down here is showing you where we are in the timescape of this. It covers about 3 hours. Far right is the most recent. And sometimes it will go a little bit of prognosticate. Whoa, did you see all that blue? My goodness. And now we're at now. Okay, starting again. This is density. The most intense is dark blue and the least is white. White is the background. Watching both of these at the same time as well as you can. Look at the slider. The top one is coming up on now. Look at all the activity, and wham, we just got slammed down on density. Okay, we're going to go in close. I'm going to try and prop these. Hold on, y'all. I have to take off my charger so I can set this down and prop it up. All right, here we go. This is velocity. Let's start at the beginning. Blue is the most intense, then green. Look at all of the blue. And notice it's coming from behind and under Earth. Why is that? Well, we have all kinds of things out there right now. 3i, Atlas, and all of its buddies are out there. And wham, look at that. My goodness, look at all the activity. The shields are holding pretty well, actually. If you look, they're bouncing around, but they're staying in place. They are visible. Woo, that just washed right through everything, though. Did you see that? Maybe the shields aren't doing that great. Did you see it? Just went right through everything. Whoosh. Yeah. This should be like the pocket of the magnetosphere. It should not be able to get inside like we just saw happen. Right here, I think. Washing through. See it? So it is permeating, and that's part of why we've got solar storms going on right now. That's why we've got aurora borealis, because this is the kind of energy that gets inside that magnetosphere, and all of a sudden we get the beautiful display of the aurora borealis. This is just a different angle. It looks kind of down into it at a diagonal, I think. They call it a meridional plane. And look at all the blue. And look at the shields dancing. Whoosh, look at that at the end. Okay, wow. Now let's take a look at density. And it's about halfway across. So dark blue is the most intense. Look at it surrounding us. Look at all the density. That is like detritus and, reset itself, stuff that comes through with the plasma from the sun and it hits our shields. Look at this. We're at about halfway across now, about an hour and a half ago, and it's still moving through. Look at all of the, bam, they're at 17, what was that? Hang on, I'll get more specific here. The time is up here. 1728 was when that hit, UTC. Wow. Let's watch it again. I'll tell you where we're at about 1728. Is it coming across? Watch the slider. And the slider is going to go out of view, but I will tell you, we're coming up on 1700, 1728, and boom. Wow, that was quite a hit. Wonder what happened right there. That was some incoming stuff, maybe from a solar flare, maybe from coronal holes, maybe from only heaven knows what exactly that was. But we're seeing the evidence of it. Now let's start at the beginning here. The most intense pressure is red, then orange, yellow, white, light blue, dark blue is the background. And let me start it again. Well, there we go. Look at all the pressure around us. Earth, white side, black side, day side, night side. And bouncing about, you can see the shields here. Keep watching. And something's going to hit. Wham, right there. That was a 1728 UTC. Let's watch it again. Coming up now. Blast. Let's watch it again. Oh, it reset itself. Watch real close. See how the red connects with the red and the shield comes inside and kind of connects with the red that's around the earth? Look at that. That happened at 1728. And we said we were at 1818 UTC when we started. So that was not long ago, y'all. Not long at all. Okay. Yeehaw, boys and girls. Here we can see a physical expression of what's happening to our magnetosphere and the atmosphere around Earth. This is a model. It is set up reacting to the energies coming in and the technology, and it has been incredibly accurate, I have found. We've even watched timeline shifts take place on this. It did a little stutter thing. Wham, look at that. Let's watch the wham up here and here. Let's see if we can hit them. No, can't. All right, hold on there and there. Should go off about the same time. Yeah, and there it was. All right, beloved. There's really not a whole lot more to say about this. I told you about the bow shock, the shields of the earth. The sun, by the way, I should probably say this. The sun is out over here, way over here somewhere. It's all coming towards our shields. These shields are supposed to catch this intense energy because this is the only place it's supposed to be coming from. However, we see energies coming from under and behind. That blue is definitely coming, and that may be Three-Eye Atlas and its buddies. It may be Nibiru, who knows? It may be binary planets, wham. It may be all kinds of things going on. But I hope that helps you to understand now how to look at the geospace magnetosphere models or movies. Let's see if the Schumann has done anything new while we've been on here. The alternative Cumiana looks about the same. And nothing tremendous happening with the Russian charts either. I mean, there's plenty going on. We got plenty through space weather. Oh, let's look at space weather real quick and see what the highlights are. Now, if you're on the Space Weather Live app, okay, this is current warnings and alerts, and they will look small on the screen, so I'm going to read them to you. The way you renew this, of course, is you hit the refresh button. The top one says, current data suggests there's moderate possibility for aurora to appear at the following high latitude regions in the near future. Do you live near this? Some of you may. A lot of Norse folk on here. And then the next one, current data says slight possibility for aurora to appear at the following high latitude in the near future. And there you have those. And then there's slight possibility for aurora to be right here. And the solar wind is currently high at 754.5 kilometers per second. That's fast. We're like about 1 million miles an hour. Earlier it was over 800. The disturbance storm time index predicts moderate storm conditions right now with negative 51 nanoteslas, and the most recent solar flare was M124. I'm going to make a note on my notes here at 2:30. We are looking at space weather and how to read that. Okay, that was our quick update. Now we're going to look at some specifics. Okay, hold on. Now, once again, if you have to go, I totally understand. I'm going to make this available in replay. Sorry for all the reflections. It is daytime here, and I have 26 windows in my house. Yeah, lots of windows. And no, I never use that microphone. Someday, maybe. Okay. Let's go back one more. Looking at these charts, at the top here, you'll see it shows auroral activity on the left and solar activity on the right. We are currently in solar activity. This is showing you how many sunspots are on the face of the sun right now. And the ones that are hot are in red and then in yellow. This should be where most of the solar flares are coming from. This is talking about the sunspot region. This is solar flares. These are not working really great right now because you can touch this and it's still that old picture with the bird. Some of you said chicken and I said dove. And then we thought about the Twitter thing. This is stuck. I don't know what's going on there, but it ain't right. This is evidently more current, but it's still got, oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to touch this screen on my iPad, my iPhone. This is what's happening right now. We don't have any major flares happening right now. It's just kind of holding steady in the C flare range. What does that mean for you newbies? Here. Oh, I'm sorry. I did it again. That isn't what I wanted to do. Touch this. Now you can see this is how the flares run. A and B are quiet. We don't even report those. That's the lowest flares. C is a small flare, and when it's a C like way up high with the number after it, we can't pay attention to that. A high C flare can have a real impact. It's about to hit the M, which you see the M right there. Then you move into M flares, M class flares, which that is a strong flare, and the number next to it will tell you how strong it is. Like this was an M1.24. and that can go way up. And then the next one is X flare. So it's A, B, don't pay attention to. C is a small flare. M is a strong flare. X is a major flare. All right. And this is the coronal holes, and you can see we have one, but it's down low. However, it is facing us, even though it's in the southern hemisphere. When they really feel them is right in the middle. We may be getting solar winds from this, but it may not be reaching us yet. And we move on down, and we do not have any notable radiation on this chart or protons. It's pretty calm. Let's come back to the very top, and let's touch auroral activity. And here we are. Let's refresh the page just to make sure it's all updated info. We are at KP6. This is a good indicator for energies in the atmosphere that have come inside our enclosure of the magnetosphere. It also lets you know if you might have aurora borealis. And then solar wind. You can tell by the colors. This used to be red. When I first started this, that was red. 5 was actually already red. 4 was yellow. Now 4 is green. And you don't hit red until you're down in here somewhere. I've had to upgrade everything because they didn't have enough colors to cover it because things are going higher. So solar wind, the red tells you a story, doesn't it? Red is a street light. Stop. Yellow is warning. It means intensity is being described here. So this is high. This is high solar wind, 677.5 kilometers per second, showing here. The time is at the bottom. It's UTC, straightforward. You don't have to add 7 hours when you're dealing with most of the charts. The only one you have to add that to is the Russian Schumann resonance. So this will be UTC time down here. Now and then it will adjust for your time area, but I think most time it does not. All right, here's density, which is not too extremely high. And interplanetary magnetic field has calmed down. It does have a little on the edge. It was really high earlier. This is the BZ, which lets us know where our polarities are running. And when you're in the south, we're going to feel it. There it is red. If it goes up above this into green, that means it's northern. And the polarity does not interact from the Earth to the sun's polarity very much. And therefore, we don't feel it when it's up here in the north as much. But we're feeling it now. This is the aurora oval. And it shows you where aurora is on the Earth. You can see your continent there. You can see this part is in dark nighttime. You guys might get to see aurora if you're way up north or way down south. All of us over here are in daytime, so we can't see it. You see there's a little discoloration. There's a little orange, yellow, orange, and red. That's showing how intense the aurora is over there. Okay, this is the hemispheric power. This is showing what's actually happening inside our, hemisphere activity, atmosphere, sort of. So here it was at 83 gigawatts. Currently, it's 78 and 84 over here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's all out of focus. My apologies. 84 gigawatts. That's powerful. Disturbance storm time index is storming. And you can see we're in a moderate storm. Yesterday and last night we were in a strong storm. There's another layer in here that is red. And we were into that. And this is another magnetometer. And this is our moon phase. Whew, I don't know about y'all. I'm starting to get tired. I wonder how many ditches I've dug. According to how they compare. Hey, sugar. Your baby girl. Say hi to everybody. Where's your brother? Oh my goodness. She's got stuff in her little eyes. Oh my goodness. Such a good girl. Where's Chipper? Chipper-san, are you around? Don't see him. So, public speaking is supposed to be like equal to so much time digging ditches and doing hard manual labor, and I was joking about that. I'm starting to feel tired. You all may be getting tired too from listening to me. It shows quite a few of you are still hanging in here with me. It's always more than it shows. Okay, I think we have covered the charts pretty well. I hope that that was helpful to those of you who have been wanting to understand how to read them better. And a lot of it is looking at the colors. The colors will tell you how high these energies are on certain charts. When you look at spaceweatherlive.com, that's the app. That is the website. You can have an app or just look at the website. We just went through that. I don't think we need to go through really much more. Well, let's do one more thing. This is solar activity. If you want to go to another layer, come right here and it says more data right here. Touch that. This will take you and show you more. And if you want to look at this particular chart of solar flares, you can say 2 hours. It will show you a 2-hour increment. And it's showing back earlier at probably about, what, hour 45 minutes ago, we had an M flare, according to this. Is that correct? Let me update this page. Go back to 2 hours, yes. We had an M flare, but you can touch it, and it will show you M123. You have to fiddle with it. So that was the M124 right there, and it will show you exactly what time it happened. 12:51 UTC -4. So it's trying to adapt it to my time right there, which is Eastern Standard Time. And you come down here, it shows you that our possibility of having an X-class flare is at 15%, so it's up a little bit. Not major, but it is up. And we haven't had one in a long time. And all of this, I looked at this earlier. This is radio blackout chart. This also shows you where sunshine is on the planet. And it shows you the graph down below. When you get into green and yellow and red, you're dealing with a really high solar flare. It will show it's hitting the day side of Earth. But now they've dumbed this down to where like an X flare is green and yellow. It used to be cherry red. Very confusing. I don't know why they're doing all that. But they have. So far, I don't know that we've ever seen anything more than an X flare. Oh, Chipper has joined us. Chip, would you like to say hi to everybody? Hi, Chipper. Oh, well, what's that about? Oh, that's not dignified, Chip. Scratching his ear. He usually shows up right before we do the heart-brain coherence meditation. He loves it. He loves doing the heart-brain coherence meditation. Don't you, Chip? And there's Sugar. There's Sugar Pie sitting on the little bath mat next to my bed. Look at that cute little girl. And Chipper is still over here. Chip, you want to say anything? No, he's just coming over here next to everybody. Next to me, and you all too, I guess. I am getting tired. Okay, let me put this up here. Hopefully it will stay up there. And my partly broken gizmo. All right, now let's do the heart-brain coherence meditation. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this will take you into the quantum field of possibilities. It's amazing. This accesses your heart. And your heart is activated, because most people in our society live in their brain. They hardly even activate their heart. So, okay, pull yourself together, Marguerite. You're going to touch the heart area right here with your hand. Bring your attention here. Imagine breathing in and out from the heart area. Not just your nose and mouth, but see the breath going in, or breathe in. Imagine the air coming out from the heart. And this is amazing because it activates your heart torus field, which is more powerful than your brain's torus field, which they say is the most powerful thing in our world. The energy created. And it's quantum, so it's everywhere at once. It's amazing stuff. This heart torus field is not activated, like I said, in most people most of the time, but I believe it was in the beginning, before we forgot who we were. And when we do this heart-brain coherence meditation, the heart torus field and your brain torus field become connected and become like one. And all of a sudden, the grand central, which is your brain, knows what to do to fix your headache. It knows what to do to level your heart rate out. It knows what to do to ease your anxiety. Isn't that cool? Because now Grand Central, your brain and nervous system, knows what only your heart knew, being connected to the quantum field of possibilities. So when we do this, it only takes 3 minutes, and all we have to do is touch here, focus, imagine breathing in and out from the heart, and think of something you're very grateful for. I can think of you all in our tribe, and I know I'm not alone with all the crazy stuff I'm going through. I'm grateful for you all. You're like a family to me. You really are. And you might think of your beautiful pets, your children, your home, whatever. I always think of the day of my spiritual awakening, when I met unconditional love. Chipper, you gonna come join us for the meditation? So, breathing in and out from the heart, thinking and letting yourself feel whatever you feel as you focus and think about something you're very grateful for. It's so simple. And in this place, your jump DNA gets activated, and it's most of the DNA in your cells. And you get superpowers. We playfully say that, but it's for real. Take note of how you feel right now. Think about how you feel right now. Do an assessment. Emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically. And then take note of how you feel after this 3 minutes. Are you ready? Breathing in and out from the heart, thinking and feeling gratitude. And I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. Don't you worry about it at all. Okay, let us begin. out of you with your breath. Beloved, thank you for joining me for this whole time. Chipper was here with us doing the meditation too. And I'm sending a lot of love out to you. Don't forget to be good to your wee little selves when we've got high energies like we do now. Net right, Chipper. And take care of yourselves. Do the heart-brain coherence anytime. You don't need me here to do it. And remember, we're not going through all of this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D, Kingdom of Heaven, the new era, new earth, millennium, very good thing. We're just getting ready to step over into it. Thank you, Schumannites, for holding that high frequency of divine, unconditional, capital L-O-V-E. We are changing our world. Much love to you all. Big hugs from here, from me and Chipper and Sugar. See you soon.